Hello, my friends. Welcome to 7 and 7, Day 2, Skill 2. This skill is the one that gives people fits. I call it the gateway skill because if you don't figure this out, you don't really have a chance. I mean, you either get people to take a look and you're successful in them taking a look, or you don't. And if they take a look, you've got a chance to be able to educate them as to what it is that we do. But I had this preconception when I first got involved in network marketing that people would at least want to look. They might have their preconceptions, but they at least look. I was really wrong. And I think some of it comes from network marketing's past, and sometimes in the present. Everybody talks in network marketing language, and everybody can see it coming a mile away, and our profession has been over-exaggerated for so long that we make it sound too good to be true. Come take a look at this thing, and everybody's making money, and it's super easy and super fast and super cheap to get involved. And with the over-exaggeration, it begs the question, well, what do you need me for if it's so great? So I went to some of my friends, amateurish, when I first started, and I said, hey, you need to come check this out. Let's go build a business. And I'm like, I just want to make enough money to get to the weekend. And then I talked to successful people. Hey, you need to check this out. And people are like, kid, you had 18 jobs by the time you're 23 years old. Why would I follow you anywhere? So I was like, I tried to talk to super successful people, and that was abysmal failure. I talked to people I knew, I talked to people who I didn't know very well. I tried it all. I mean,
be free.
The thing that happened for me, I had an evolution when it came to my inviting to what? Okay? The evolution was, first I was inviting them to meet with me and hear from me about my product or my opportunity. First party, I want to give you the information so you can make a decision. There's a big problem with that. Big, huge problem. Is I didn't have credibility. I didn't have success, I didn't have credibility, I wasn't powerful, influential, I wasn't a leader, I didn't have the answers, I wasn't very skilled at giving the presentation, so that was difficult. So I stumbled upon an approach, and I'm going to share with you, because part of inviting is inviting to what, right? Inviting to what? You can invite them to an event of some sort, online or offline. You can invite them to a tool of some sort, online or offline. You can invite them to sample your product. You can invite them to look at an article, whatever it happens to be. So let me just describe this to you. I'm going to use the sport. I'm throwing curveballs at the guys. So, all right. So here was Eric, and I had a prospect. What I started doing was I would go to the prospect and I would ask the prospect to listen to me. And I immediately faced huge resistance, huge problems. Because why should they listen to me? Why should they respect me? I was insecure. They could tell I was insecure. I was unskilled. They could tell I was unskilled. I didn't have a lot of success. They could tell I didn't have a lot of success. Even if I did have success, some of them didn't have success, so maybe I would intimidate them. You know what I mean? So going to the prospect directly and giving the information to that prospect, I had a trust relationship with the prospect, but I didn't have a respect relationship with the prospect when it came to business, when it came to making a business decision. So what I learned really fast, just from trial and error, is I needed to add a third party. I needed to use the trust that I had to introduce the prospect to a third party. And then the third party could provide the facts, the information, the credibility. There was more respect between, if I introduced the prospect to my upline, for example, who were successful, John Joyce and my father, my